welcome to a very special first look at Police Simulator Patrol Officers. Before we begin today, I want to say big shout out to the publisher. They sent me a little care package, included a police bag, a shirt with the fictional police department on it, as well as some handcuffs, a hat, some coffee, really cool stuff. But Police Simulator Patrol Officers is an upcoming game releasing on Steam on June 17th for early access. It's kind of the follow-up to the game we saw last year, Police Simulator Patrol. And this one has a lot of new updates, new features, and things to look at. Really quickly, let's just check out the menu so you can see the different options available. Here you have a whole bunch of different video options, including field of view for foot, aiming, vehicle, as well as third person. We are on the ultra quality preset, highest we can go. Of course, you have your different audio settings here as well. And then for the game, you can, have tutorials on or off. You can set the density of the pedestrian and the traffic. You can do different camera options as well as some subtitle options and user interface options. So let's go ahead, hop into it, and see what this game has in store for us. We've got a couple different preset characters. You can see here what they look like. It gives you a little bit of background information, including the family status of the characters. And then for the female officers, is it 3 of them? Looks like 4 different options to choose from. So we'll go with Mia. There's also 2 different game modes. So there's simulation, which is quote unquote the full experience designed for players who want an immersive experience. And then we have a casual game mode that has a little more guided experience through the game. We're gonna have the tutorials on and we'll go ahead and start. Okay, this looks like the menu we get when we first get into the game. Here we see we're in the Brick Strict District. It's a wonderful district with a lot of bricks. Everybody loves bricks. You love bricks. I love bricks. They love bricks. As I said, everyone loves bricks, and thus the Brick District. So, of course, this game kind of has a progression system. As you do more missions and get more experience, you unlock new areas you can patrol, as well as different types of patrol. Per the Steam page, on release date, they're going to have parking violations, speeding violations, traffic accidents, other minor violations such as jaywalking, littering, robberies, some type of fully dynamic traffic system. The very first district is going to have 5 different neighborhoods. The progression system, which we talked about, interrogations, investigations, intuition system. So I'm not sure what all that entails, but we might get a preview of it here. Shift selection. This is a district overview where you can pick your next shift. Each week you have to play 5 shifts. You can take 2 days off per week. And then, oh wow, look at this handbook. Completely goes over different topics. That's kind of cool. So here's the melting pot. Looks like the foot patrol in the morning is going to be the first one we do with our officer. From the trailers that I've been posting on my YouTube page, the game looks pretty good in terms of graphics. There is an early access message as well, talking about how the game is subject to change. I believe the game does have gamepad support as well, so we might take a look at that too. So here's a better look at the police station from the outside. You can see Brighton Police with flags. Look at this traffic system. Already, the map feels so much more immersive compared to the previous entry in this series. I believe we're going to be completely on foot. Looks like we need to issue some parking tickets, so we're going to walk around and try to find some of these cars that are parked illegally and go ahead and issue some tickets. So using the right mouse button, You can get a little more detailed look at whatever you're trying to look at. So you can see they're still valid even though they're up on the curb. Okay, look at this sign. So no parking 8 a.m. to noon on Tuesday. You can see in the upper left-hand corner, it's Monday morning, so that does not apply here. We have speed limit signs as well. Look at this. This is what we talked about. The car over there is wrongfully parked for parking on the sidewalk. Let's issue a ticket. That's exactly what we're going to do. If we hit the interact menu, it brings up this radial menu. Looks really nice. The UI in this game looks quite well done. We're going to issue that parking ticket. Here are the different violations if you're curious. Special parking zone, by a fire hydrant, parking meter expired, too close to a crosswalk, expired license plate, no parking area, and position in alignment. And then you can drill down into further menus. This one's going to be on the sidewalk. So get a little nice animation of writing a ticket. And then we got some points, shift and conduct points. So we're going to earn shift points for are going to be used for rewards. Conduct points are going to be penalties. Here's an example. Asking for ID without any reason will deduct your CP. Both SP and CP reward you with district XP after each shift, which makes you earn duty stars. You unlock items and other progression areas by accumulating enough duty stars. And you can just talk to people as well. Let's just talk to this guy. I want to see what happens. So we can ask him for ID. We could search him. We could handcuff him. We could issue him a violation. He's not doing anything wrong, so we're just going to let him be. But pretty cool system. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Let's continue walking around looking for more violations. So when you zoom in on a license plate, for instance, this car, it has enough detail where you can see the expiration date. So this is April 21, and you can see the date on our game is actually May 4th, 2020. So this plate is perfectly good. It's not expired. I'm curious to see if we see this detail on the front of... Yep, you can see that as well. This one, I believe, should be getting a parking ticket for being too close to a crosswalk. This doesn't actually look like a parking area. You can see no parking signs. That's once again for Tuesdays. Let's go ahead and issue a ticket for this one as well. You can call it tow truck too. Tow truck are for cars that are emitting smoke and which can no longer be driven, or for cars parked in a way that justifies towing. Yeah, look at that. That justifies towing. Do too close for to a sidewalk. Let's see what happens. Yep, there you go. Press. Justified close. Yep. Pretty cool. Oh, look at that. So I was using the crosswalk where the light was green and I just got deducted some CP points. What an awesome system. It actually holds you accountable for following the laws you're trying to enforce, you know. That's some feedback we get in other games where we're trying to enforce laws, but we continue to disobey them and not follow them, and we're not penalized. This game does penalize you, in fact, for not following the rules. I love the game has its own advertising in place with its own type of stores specific to the lore of the game. That's pretty cool. Obviously, very reminiscent of like a Grand Theft Auto with its in-world advertising. And then I believe we have another car here that's a little too close to a crosswalk. The cars seem to be fictional cars. They're not real-life car models. From the trailers, it does look like there's a Crown Vic in the game, but other than that, I haven't seen any other cars that are real-life police cars. And of course, that would deal with licensing, which would cost more money. See if he's got expired tags. No, he is good. January 2021. Let's go ahead and write the ticket for being a little too close to the crosswalk. See, there is the wrong direction. Expired license plate. This is what we talked about. A car is wrongfully parked for having an expired license plate. Let's issue a ticket. Yep, you can see January 2019. That's expired. This car is actually going to get 2 tickets. One for expired. Let's see if it'll let me write multiple tickets. That's the next question. Yeah, appears to be so. So if a car has multiple violations, you can write multiple tickets. And that's cool as well. You can even see the multiple tickets there on the windshield. And this one has an expired meter. Look at that. That's what the expired meter looks like. Let's go ahead and write that ticket as well. Haven't seen any fire hydrants yet, so we'll keep an eye out for those. Yep. I already got it. Step ahead of you. This is kind of cool. This is just a random kind of nook in between buildings that is gated off. Let's see, this is where residents keep their trash and their bicycle. Just a cool little detail that was added to the game. Oh my gosh, yeah. That sun flare is going straight through the building. Of course, the game is going to be early access, so if you see bugs, issues like this, the developers have made it clear that they want to be really receptive to any feedback you might have. So if you report stuff, especially the gameplay and, you know, bugs kind of like that, sunlight going through buildings, I'm sure they're going to be quite up to the challenge of trying to fix those and get the game as polished as possible. You'll notice too that each year has a different colored registration ticket. This is like how it is obviously in real life. At least in South Carolina, each registration year is differently colored. That way it's easily... This man is jaywalking. He just ran across the street. You know, you saw how I hesitated there. I didn't want to run across the street as well because I didn't want to get penalized. So let him get off the street and talk to him. Sir. And now he wants to go back across the street. All right, sir, you were jaywalking. We're going to do a citation, or let's just do a verbal warning. He seems really happy. Okay. And there we got a +10. Justified jaywalking warning. I thought I read something where there are plans for this game to be voice acted, but it's not in the early access. Don't quote me on that, but there could be voice acted lines coming in the future. This is a nice touch too that, you know, the spaces that don't have any cars, they actually have expired meters. That's pretty cool. With this taxi, this is a in-game taxi company, JB Cab, with more in-game advertisements. July 2020. Oh, this plate is expiring in 2 months. Game time. We also have people here, just random pedestrians hanging out here. Enjoying a nice afternoon. See a lot of people with these AirPods in. That car definitely looks like it's in a no parking zone. We're gonna have to wait for the green hand to cross though. Here's the gas station. Wonder what the price of gas is. Okay, $3.75 a gallon. That's kind of pricey. This guy is definitely parked not in a parking spot. Let's check his registration on the plate, and he's got an old plate. Love it. I'd say too close to a crosswalk as well. I'm curious how expensive these tickets are. That's interesting too. On the other one you saw where it kind of put the tickets side by side, but here, tickets are just laid nicely on top of each other. He is close to a fire hydrant, but not directly in front of it, so we will not write a ticket for that. Here's a look at some of the weapons. I've got, this looks like a taser. Yep. That was with the 2 key, and then 3 does nothing. I think I just have a taser at the moment. You can also toggle on a police hat. Kind of cool. We've got a car facing the wrong direction. It happens to be a taxi. It looks like it's got a busted windshield too. Here's a handbook. I was trying to pull up the handbook earlier, but I couldn't figure out how to do it just when I was, you know, in the normal game. Here's some common parking tickets. Parking meter expired by a fire hydrant. They're not allowed to park next to a fire hydrant. Too close to a crosswalk. This justifies towing too. Okay. So I could have towed some of those cars. Expired license plate. No parking area is also justified with towing. On a sidewalk. Parked the wrong direction. Too far into the street. Any vehicle with at least one tire too far away from the curb is considered too far in the street. And there's also special parking zones. These all justify towing, including no parking zone sign, street cleaning as well, handicap zone, and a taxi zone. Parked cars with broken windshields do not violate parking regulations. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to know. Because this one has a broken windshield. Looks like he just parked the wrong way. Let's check the plate too. August 2021. Good to go. Just parked in the wrong direction. Our shift. We just got a message that our shift is over. Will this count? Plus 10 points. Okay, so our shift is over. I'm getting some type of way marker on the map. We're going to head back to the station, I assume, and see what happens at the end of a shift. So the police station's over there. I'm curious if I jaywalk, if I'm going to get penalized. Okay, you do not get penalized if you jaywalk. However, if you cross the street on a red light, you do get penalized. Also, what seems to be really nice is like no type of loading screens or anything. Everything just flows seamlessly from, you know, the outside into a building. Performance-wise, it seems pretty good. Like I said, I'm on the Ultra preset. I have a GTX 1080. So, you know, about a 2-year-old graphics card. Which desk was I at? I was at one of these. This one. So we're going to end our shift. This is similar to the previous police simulator game where you would come back to end the shift. I assume it's going to give us some type of summary report about our day. So here you can see exactly when we issue different parking tickets and then the category, including pedestrian. And then we got penalized twice for walking across on a red light. Here's our district XP. You can see we are on our way there to getting our first duty stars and possibly unlocking some additional stuff. Right there, if you drill down into the other violations, you can see walked over a crosswalk on a red light. really cool stuff. And then once again, a new day in the office, check the available shifts. So that's going to be our first look. It was the first day, the first shift of this new game. Let me know what you think. So far, I'm really impressed. This seems a lot more polished than any police simulator game I've seen hit the market yet. I'm excited for it. Like I said, has a release date of June 17th on Steam. Come into early access. So I'll drop a link for the Steam page in the description of the video if you want to get some more information about it. And I continue to play this game. Like, look at all the stuff we have coming up. Radar gun. We have minor accident, different call outs that we can do. Traffic stops, major accidents, pulling people over, all types of cool stuff to look forward to. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next patrol.